want to do is talk about a few things that we need to do as women to be unstoppable together. A couple things that we should stop doing to be unstoppable together. The first thing that I really want us to stop doing is hiding how ugly these stories actually look. What you don't need me to do is come up here and tell you about all these successful things I've done and talk about my titles and talk about all that shit that's just gonna make you feel worse. What you do need me to tell you is this. I had my son Kai when I was 16 years old, and it's the most important thing that has ever happened to me. Most important thing that's ever happened to me. It's the thing I ran from in the beginning of my career, like it wasn't a part of my life at all. Can you imagine going into work, I was a CFO at 26 years old, and not talking about my baby who was 10 at the time, not talking about what grade he was starting, because I didn't want people to do the math on when I became a mom. My shame that I carried into being an executive, being responsible for people, was making me really, really crappy at that job. And I thought for sure I was gonna get fired, like I was going down. And I remember thinking, like, I'm just gonna go down being myself, at least. And I went into work, and I had a team full of women, 27 women on my team. And I said, I'm really, really bad at this. And they were like, We've been telling HR that for the last 4 months. We're glad that you have finally decided to come out and say it. And I said, I just need help. I don't know what I'm doing. My career had been like 4 years long at that point, right? I'm emulating bosses instead of just going in there and being myself. And I said, and the reason I never talk about who I am or why I need help is because I am ashamed that I was a teen mom. And I don't want you to think that I'm less because I was a teen mom. And that day forward changed everything in my life. Not the day I became a CFO, the day I admitted I sucked so bad at being a CFO because I was walking in with this shame of my real life every day. Stop hiding from the thing that's actually making you awesome. Being a teen mom made me awesome. You all have a thing. You felt it in your gut the second I said that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the thing you're scared to share. Look at your girlfriends tonight and tell them, I want you to share that thing you felt in your gut, because that is the thing that is gonna make you confident enough to move forward. To move forward. People are like, you don't get stressed out, Danielle, you're so laid back at work. False. I am not a laid back person. What they're seeing is nothing that happens at work, nothing that happens when I founded my business will ever be as hard as what I have already been through. I will never be 16 and pregnant again. I promise you, I'll drive in my car, I know I'm gonna be in a hard meeting, and I'm like, you'll never be 16 and pregnant again. It's all good. So you're gonna stop hiding that piece of your journey so that we can be unstoppable together. Speaking of that, stop forgetting all the shit you've already conquered in this life. Yeah. I'm glad other people cussed before me because I have a real problem. We are like almost magicians at forgetting all the things that we overcame before we got to this pain point that we're in right now, right? We're magicians at it. It's a part of our greatness. We conquer something, we pivot, and we move to the next goal. But here's the problem. You forget to tell yourself, because you're in a hard moment, I have already conquered this. I am already who I wanted to be when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. But when I became that person, I set a new goal, which is great, except for if you forget about the fact that you've already accomplished goal after goal after goal after goal. If you got up today and you got dressed, and everyone in your house is alive, you are badass. You are badass. You forget what you're doing on a daily basis. If you're married, you are already in the most complicated relationship you'll ever be in your life. Okay. Your boss is not that bad. You can figure that out. You live with another human that was raised by totally different humans every single day. You have already mastered this art of compromise and being flexible and learning somebody else so that you can make them better. Letting someone teach you about yourself. I'm divorced, so I'm not sure I should be giving you guys this advice, but I promised to share the ugly shit too, right? I told you I got divorced last year. So what I'm saying is like, all that stuff matters. And women, what we do to ourselves is say, that's over here, and how am I qualified for this job? We are the greatest multitaskers on earth. On this planet Earth. I don't know any women in my life. Simone is one of my best friends, my other best friend sitting over here. We all got 72 jobs. We don't need to have 72 jobs, but we have 72 jobs, and so do all of you. Go home and really count the jobs tonight. You're a stylist, you're a chef. If you've got kids, that's 97 different jobs just in that. You're a therapist when you need therapy yourself, that's beautiful. Don't forget what you already are, the tool set that you're working with every day. Don't let this society tell us that our personal lives are separate from who we are when we walk into a boardroom. That's not real. You've already got it. You just have to remind yourself of that. You have to write it down and tell yourself that every day. So my final thing I want us to stop doing so that we can be unstoppable together is please stop talking yourself out of your greatness. Please. Like, I believe with every fiber of my being that this entire world would be different if women stopped talking themselves out of their greatness every day. Only you can kill your dreams. Dreams cannot die by murder, they can only die by suicide. Because only you can quit. Your friends can't quit for you. Your friends can't keep you from quitting, even though they will try. Please stop talking yourself out of your greatness. You would never talk to anyone the way you talk to yourself. You wouldn't talk to your worst enemy the way you talk to yourself. So flip the narrative. Tell that negative committee in your head to sit the hell down and shut up. Because you are so great. And you've decided because the journey changed, the plan changed, it got a little hard, it got nearly impossible. And it's been nearly impossible for me in so many moments. So just know that. You decided it must not be meant for me. False. The only difference between you and someone who's already made it to the other side of where you are is that they kept going. If the goal's Miami and you get stuck in Missouri, and I'm sure it's a lovely place, I've never been there, don't say, oh, I don't get to go to Miami now. Something went wrong. No, you're in Missouri. You were meant to learn something there. You were meant to grow. Get up the next day and go to Miami. People quit in Missouri. If you're from Missouri, I am so sorry. I need to think of a new state, but you know, there's only 50. It's not Miami. We can all agree to that, right? Just don't give up on Miami because you're going to spend a couple days in Missouri. That's all a part of the process. And when you spend days in Missouri, for the love of God, tell people about it. Tell them about how hard Missouri was. Tell them about the times you cried on the floor like Amy said. Tell them about the shame that you felt when you were sitting in Missouri. And then tell them what you learned about yourself and get your ass up, and you, the person you're talking to, you go to Miami. Stop talking yourself out of your greatness. I need to see you in boardrooms. I'm a CFO. I don't get to see this in boardrooms. I'm waiting. My daughter needs to see you in boardrooms. So stop talking yourself out of your greatness and enjoy the rest of this rally. I love you all so much.